Welcome to day 4 of a week of Drool-worthy Slow Cooker Meals. Today I'm going to be roasting a whole chicken in the slow cooker. This is another one of those meals that's going to have the entire house smelling wonderful. Go to my website, cookinwithbobbyjoe.com, to see the recipes and also print out a shopping list for this week's meals. The link is in the video description, and there is also an icon you can click on at the end of the video that will take you there as well. I've got out my 8-quart Hamilton Beach slow cooker for this recipe, and this is the only meal that I did not use my red crock pot for. I've washed up the baby potatoes and 1 pound of carrots, and I've peeled and sliced the carrots in half. I'm going to add the potatoes and carrots to the bottom of the slow cooker, sprinkle some salt over the potatoes, and next I need to get my chicken ready to go in the slow cooker. Always check the inside of your chicken for the giblets. I always want my chicken to have giblets inside, but nowadays there's some companies that remove them and you don't get your giblets. I don't think it's a whole chicken without the giblets. I had a chicken a couple of months ago that had no giblets, and for those of you new to cooking a whole chicken, giblets is this little bundle of parts found inside the chicken, or a turkey. If you're roasting a turkey, it's going to have giblets inside of it too. And it usually includes a neck, a gizzard, heart, liver, and sometimes the kidneys. I never throw these out because my dogs absolutely love them, and that is why I'm disappointed when I buy a whole chicken on sale and there's no giblets. As I said in the introduction video to this series, my dogs have their own slow cooker. It's a Hamilton Beach just like this one. And I will cook the giblets and some veggies and rice to go over their dry food, and talk about some happy dogs. But giblets aren't just for dogs. If you've ever wondered how your grandma made such delicious gravy, she probably made giblet gravy, especially at Thanksgiving. And that giblet stock that she made, she probably used that and that tasty cornbread dressing. How in the world does grandma make things taste so much better, you ask yourself? Well, she used ingredients that most cooks don't use anymore. You'd be surprised what you ate when you went to grandma's and you didn't even know it. So you can also take the liver and you can pan fry it with some garlic. You can spread it on toast, or you can take that liver and flour it up and throw it in a frying pan with some oil for some fried chicken livers. I'm not a big liver fan, but my dogs are, so they always have a treat when I remove the giblets from the chicken. I will have to do a video on my dog's crock pot meals soon. I will also have to do a video on how to make some giblet gravy. Hopefully Steve doesn't watch this video because he may be suspicious of my gravy if he sees what goes into it. Okay, so next I rinse my chicken. According to the FDA, you do not have to do this step. If you listen to the FDA and you do not rinse your chicken, then you can go ahead to the next step. I always rinse my chicken. I always have, and I always will. I just make sure I sanitize my counters and sink. My family's been doing this for generations, and no one has died from a chicken yet. I then get a paper towel and I pat the chicken dry. Then I rub the chicken down with olive oil, and you can use butter or any type of oil you want for this step. I then sprinkle poultry seasoning all over the chicken. I'm using the last of my cranberry herb rub. I won this last year from Tony at Kettle Kitchen, and this stuff is absolutely delicious. It is so good on chicken. I'm going to have to buy some more. And be sure to do both sides of the chicken, then place it on top of the veggies. Place the lid on the slow cooker, turn it on low, and cook it for about 7 to 8 hours. I will be back in a few hours. Okay, it has been about 7 hours. I use my thermometer to check the internal temperature to make sure the chicken's ready. And chicken should be done at about 165 degrees. This chicken is falling off the bone tender, if you can't tell. I was going to remove the whole chicken, but it's falling apart, so we're just going to remove it like this. Tonight we're going to have a wing and a drumstick for supper, and then the rest of this I'm going to debone and shred. And you can use shredded chicken in chicken wraps, chicken salad for sandwiches, barbecue chicken for sandwiches. It's good in omelets. There are just so many different things you can do with shredded chicken. And you can always use any of the leftover potatoes and carrots as a side. You can also take the broth and you can make a gravy, or you can save it and you can use that broth in mashed potatoes or rice instead of water. Makes a whole lot more flavorful. I love cooking a whole chicken because I can make so many different meals from it, and I can stretch it out and I don't have to cook again for a few days, so that's always a plus. There's something about roasting a whole chicken that does something really drool-worthy to the meat. Stay tuned tomorrow for another drool-worthy slow cooker meal that will definitely be a crowd pleaser. This is going to be baked spaghetti in the slow cooker, and it is wonderfully delicious. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on every video in this series to be entered into the 3,000 subscribers giveaway. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all have a very blessed day.